Hi, my name is Chet from Avion Technology. We are a Chicagoland-based digital agency. We specialize in product development. We've had quite a few successes in the past couple of years, and this was a little video that I did. I do these little videos to educate customers, potential customers, general viewers about the product development process. Personally speaking, I like this space a lot. Um, I have had the opportunity of working with a lot of entrepreneurs in the last 5, 8, 10 years, and I find it a very exciting space. Developers, entrepreneurs get this, a flash in their head, this idea, and then they come to us, and then we develop a product for them, and then they go on and end up making it a success. And for me personally, as a part of the development group, I feel very proud every time one of those ideas click, they find market success, and they scale up. A lot of my clients actually came to me and suggested that I do these little videos, generally to educate, you know, newbies about the product development process. So the audience for this video is really non-tech people and individuals and entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs who have an idea and don't know what to do with it. So the whole process really starts with an idea, a brainwave that you have. Maybe you're sitting on the train, or maybe you've encountered a problem and you want to solve it. You write it down on a, you write it down on an envelope somewhere, or you're sitting in your hotel room and you suddenly get this brainwave and you write it on a notepad. And that's really the first stage, right? You get an idea. This is the stage when spaghetti on the wall approach works the best. Don't have any constraints. Throw as much as you can, as much spaghetti as you can on the wall, and have as many ideas possible. Write them all down. Don't worry if something sounds stupid, if something doesn't sound right. Don't worry about it. Write everything down. Your entire idea, all the minutia, all the details. Just keep on writing. Don't worry whether it will be a commercial success. Don't worry whether it will be a market success or not. The second stage after idea management is actually the specs. The specs is when you take that idea and convert it into something tangible for the development team. Now, this is where you will need a developer or someone with some knowledge of coding and programming, or who has written software before. That person will take all your thoughts and convert that into a scope of work document or a functional spec document. So this is the first time that something which was nebulous, which was something in your head or written on scraps of paper, it's converted into something called as a functional spec. So for the first time now, you have a blueprint of your idea, something tangible. This is also the time when you would need some development help, some programming help. Next is defining the product lifecycle, right? Defining your product roadmap, essentially. I usually feel that a 3-month product development cadence works really well for most small businesses. So for a lot of entrepreneurs. So when you have an idea, you got to go to market within the first 3 months. That's really the amount of time that you need to be able to hit the market at. You can take more than that for sure. You can take less than that. But 3 months is a pretty good time span, 1 quarter within which you should be able to develop your product and be out there in the market. I would like to add a little bit of a note here. I have been part of development teams where they were working on a product for years and were tweaking it to perfection, and they missed a market opportunity because of that. So one advice that I would really give you is, being a perfectionist is, even in the normal world, it's aiming for perfection is it's neurotic, but in this world, trying to make your product perfect is the stupidest thing that you can probably do. So don't aim for perfection. Your product is definitely going to have a lot of leaks that you need to plug, but your aim has to be out in the market as soon as possible. So once you have defined your product roadmap and your development team starts coding, don't aim for perfection, aim for speed. Aim to be out there as soon as possible. Another thing that I really emphasize is, when the developers are developing the product, you should spend a minimal amount of time with them Instead, that work should typically be handled by your CTO or your friend who knows coding. You should be focused on your alpha and your beta, because that's what is going to give your product traction. I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs spend an inordinate amount of time concentrating on the MVP, on the programming, on the nuts and bolts, and by the time their MVP is out in the market, they are exhausted. They don't have any, you know, energy left to do the real grind, to do the real work of getting your product, scaling up your product. So what I would advise you is that have a friend, a wingman who's taking care of all the programming, while you go and search for an audience, which is typically friends and family, and then a beta audience. This could be your local incubator or a couple of incubators or your local chamber of commerce. I have seen that the magic 100 is the magic number, so you need to get about 100 users for the beta, and if you can manage to have at least 50% of those users stick around and use your product, you can be rest assured that you have developed something which is sticky, which has value, and which is going to be used. So when the developers are developing, you go and concentrate on your alpha users, your beta users, and once you have those 100 users, go out there, let them test the product, let them try to hack it, break it down, and once you get the feedback from them, start working on phase 1.1, right? So this is really the biggest takeaway, is that don't aim for perfection. It's okay to have an imperfect product in this day and age. What you should be aiming for is to try to go to market as soon as possible, to try and have those alpha and beta users who are going to use your product. And once they give you the feedback, to incorporate the best of that feedback into the next iteration, and then have that iteration out in the market again. I have seen my most successful ventures really incorporate these strategies and scale up. Unlike a lot of other places in the technology business, speed of execution is everything. And you could have a great idea, but if it is 2 years too late, you've already missed the bus. So yeah, this is Chet from Untitled Technology. Like I said, we're a Chicagoland-based digital agency, and this is a little snippet, a little video, a little bit of education for individuals who want to develop their own product. We do have experience in taking a lot of products, a lot of ideas to market. So if you are around, if you're somewhere in the neighborhood, give us a shout. Our details are right here, and we would love to explore your idea and see how to make your idea successful. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And since we're in the COVID-19, in the midst of a pandemic, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.